The 1929 Aba Women's Riot, a pivotal moment in Nigeria and African history. Did you know that in 1929, thousands of women in Nigeria rose up against British colonial rule, challenging the very foundations of the empire? This is the story of the Aba Women's Riot, a pivotal moment often overlooked in history books. The Aba Women's Riot of 1929 stands as a monumental event in Nigeria and Black history. It showcases the power of collective action and the resilience of women in the face of oppression. Our purpose today is to delve into the causes, motivations, and far-reaching consequences of this remarkable uprising. We will uncover the layers of this historical event. The Aba Women's Riot erupted in 1929. This was during a period when Nigeria was under the firm grip of British colonial rule. This event, though significant, often remains in the shadows of mainstream historical narratives. It deserves greater recognition stemming from the rippling effects it created globally. Understanding the context of British colonial rule is crucial to grasping the magnitude of the women's actions globally. It sets the stage for the uprising. The immediate trigger for the riot was the imposition of a new taxation system by the British colonial administration. This system was particularly burdensome. This new taxation system directly targeted women. It added to the existing economic hardships they were already facing. Women were already struggling to make ends meet. The added tax burden pushed them to their breaking point. The disruption of traditional social structures further exacerbated the situation. It created a volatile environment ripe for rebellion. The census conducted by the British was perceived as a precursor to the new taxation system. This fueled anxieties among the women. The census was seen as a direct threat to women's autonomy and economic independence. It heightened their fears. Women feared that the census would lead to exploitation, conscription of their sons, and seizure of their property. These fears were justified. The census became a symbol of colonial intrusion and control. It ignited the flames of resistance. Economic grievances were a primary driving force behind the uprising. Women sought to protect their livelihoods. Political grievances also played a significant role. Women were protesting against their lack of representation and influence. The women aimed to protect their traditional roles in the market. They saw the colonial policies as a threat to their economic power. Control over trade was a key objective for the women. They wanted to maintain their autonomy in the marketplace. The women were also protesting against the erosion of female political influence. They sought to reclaim their voice in society. The women employed peaceful protests and boycotts as their primary tactics. They sought to make their voices heard without violence. Demonstrations were a common tactic used by the women. They marched and gathered in large numbers to show their strength. The colonial authorities responded with brutal force. They used violence to suppress the uprising, resulting in casualties. The disproportionate response of the colonial authorities highlighted their disregard for the women's grievances. It further fueled the resistance. The immediate impact of the riot was tragic. Numerous women were killed and injured by the colonial forces. The event exposed the vulnerabilities of the colonial administration. It revealed the limits of their control. The riot highlighted the strength and resilience of Nigerian women. It showcased their ability to challenge oppressive systems. The British were forced to reevaluate their policies in response to the uprising. They realized the need for reform. The riot led to some concessions, including modifications to the tax system. This was a partial victory for the women. The Aba Women's Riot played a crucial role in the development of Nigerian and African nationalism. It inspired future generations. The event demonstrated the power of collective action. It showed that resistance could bring about change. The riot inspired future generations to fight for independence. It fueled the movement for self-determination. The uprising became a symbol of resistance against colonial rule. It galvanized the nationalist movement. The Aba Women's Riot served as a powerful example of women's agency. It demonstrated their ability to challenge oppressive systems. The event showed that women could effectively organize and mobilize to achieve their goals. It empowered future generations. The legacy of the riot continues to inspire women in Nigeria, Africa, and around the world. This revolt didn't just impact Nigeria, it inspired Black people worldwide. Women from Nigeria to Ghana to the US took notes from the Aba Women's Riot. You think Funmalayo Ransom Kuti didn't take inspiration? Or the Mau Mau freedom fighters in Kenya? This riot was a blueprint for resistance. And today that fighting spirit still lives on. It serves as a reminder of their strength and resilience. The Aba Women's Riot remains a testament to the power of women's collective action. It is a story that deserves to be told and remembered. The Aba Women's Riot stands as a testament to the courage and resilience of Nigerian and African women. It is a pivotal moment in history that deserves greater recognition. Now we encourage you to delve deeper into this fascinating event, research the lives of the women involved, and share their stories with others. Consider supporting organizations that promote women's rights and empowerment. Your contribution can make a difference. Share this video with your friends and family to spread awareness about the Aba Women's Riot. Let's ensure that this important story is never forgotten.